In this video, we're going to go over tips for Silhouette Cameo 3 users to know before engraving with Chomas Creations engraving tools in your machine. Now, if you already own Chomas Creations engraving tools, you cannot open up your tool 2 and insert your engraving tools, lock it, and just engrave. There are adjustments that need to be done because if you do not, they will leave scratches on your metal, as you see here in this image. I have the regular engraving tool and I have the new Precision Tip engraving tool. This happens with both of them in my Cameo 3. This does not happen in my Cameo 2, so I know that the adjustments needed to be made in the Cameo 3. So I have figured out the adjustments for you and I'm going to share those with you. Open up your Tool 2 slot, put your nickel right at the opening, not to cover the opening, but right at the side of the opening of your slot. Slide down your engraving tool, inserting it, and once you get to the last ridge of your engraving tool, or it would be your first ridge, I suppose, your first ridge of your engraving tool, as soon as it hits or rests on that nickel, you're going to lock your engraving tool into place. This is with any of the Chomas Creations engraving tools. Once you lock it into place, you can remove your nickel and you're ready to engrave. As you will notice here, I have a black mark on mine. What I did was, after I had figured out where it needed to be adjusted, I took a fine line Sharpie and I made a line to where mine needs to sit so I don't have to take out the nickel every time and do this. If you want to do that with a Sharpie or a pen, go ahead and do so. The two engraving tips that I have from Chomas Creations is the regular engraving tip for Silhouette Cameo. That is this one. And this is a bracelet that I have done with that engraving tip. This is after I did the adjustments. There were no drags. There were no scratches. Everything came out perfectly. It came out just as if I had done it on my Cameo 2. The next one, I had ordered the new Chomas Creations Precision Tip engraving tool. This tip has been said to give you more of a definition and can get the smaller details. I don't see a real big difference in this engraving tip and the other engraving tip. The main difference that I see is whenever you engrave, when you pull it out, is your engraving is very rough and feels very raw, if that makes any sense. It almost, when you touch it, it almost feels like it will cut you. This is right after it comes off of an engraving with this tool, right after it comes off the mat. It is still very pretty. You can see the job that it done. I see no difference in this engraving and the other engraving tip. And this is the finished bracelet that I've done with the Precision Tip. You can't go wrong with either one of the engraving tips. The regular engraving tip is $27 and the new Precision engraving tip is $32. If you decide to go with the Chomas Creations engraving tip, that is completely up to you. I will leave a link in the description box below for each one of the engraving tips if you are interested in purchasing those. And if you have any other questions or you come into any problems engraving with your Cameo 3 and your Chomas Creations engraving tip, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. You can message me here, comment below, or you can message me on my Facebook page, Our Crafty Chaotic Life. I hope this helps, and I hope to see you next time. Happy crafting!